Bob Carter because it's the largest festival of history and culture in England and has given behind-the-scenes access to a number of Norfolk's historic buildings. Lady Suffield House is the headquarters of the Norfolk WI, and they're taking part in this year's Heritage Open Days. Bob has made his way through the city to be at the house for us now. Hi, Bob.
Good morning. Yeah, here we are, the junction of All Saints Green and Surrey Street. This is Lady Suffield House. It's a lovely old Georgian, I think, townhouse with a massive portico. That's Evelyn Suffield House in big letters on the door. Let's try this.
Hello,
hello.
Good morning, good morning.
Thank you very much. So it very much is an open house day today then?
It is absolutely. We're open to everybody, members, the public, anybody who'd like to come and see us.
Now it says on this piece of paper in front of me that you are Louise Casson?
I am. I'm the Federation Secretary.
You
for my sins.
Okay. So what have you got on show? What can people come and see here today?
Well, the house is open, so all 3 floors, including the cellar, which is very spooky and I hate. And there's the garden with our garden spoons. Which was a heritage project that we did earlier this year, where we asked everybody to decorate a spoon and plant it in the garden.
Like you do.
As you do, because what else do you do with a wooden spoon?
How many spoons you got out there then?
339.
That is a lot of spoons.
It's a lot of spoons, particularly given that we've got 154 WIs, so it means that some of them sent more than 1 spoon in. So yeah, so a whole plethora of spoons, and we've got the most amazing exhibition of memorabilia over the last 100 years.
Okay, well, let's have a look.
Yeah, come and have a look.
I'm not going to stand by the door all day.
Follow me.
Yes. Oh, past all this stuff down.
Yes, we've also got all our bunting.
Tapestries and bunting and also... Oh!
Every WI. So this is our exhibition. It's been curated by our archivist, Sheila Moulton, with the help of her husband, Ronnie, because Sheila broke her leg, unfortunately, her hip recently. Oh. So he's had to cut all this down from upstairs on the 3rd floor.
Now, 2 massive herons in the middle.
2.
Tell me about your herons.
Okay, well, the Norfolk logo, if you like, is a Hansa, which, as everybody knows, and we're about to get shot down for this because we did last time, is the Norfolk word for a heron.
Yeah.
So we've got our 2 herons here. Henrietta, who is our old Hansa, and was made by a member. Unfortunately, none of us know who by. So if anyone out there does know who made our papier-mâché Hansa, we call her Henrietta. And then our new spanking shiny one is called Rod, because he's made out of recycled oil drums.
Rod is very shiny, though.
Very shiny.
Very shiny
Very
heron.
shiny and glistening.
But that's right up to date. Now, you go back, obviously, 100 years, because it's your centenary year this year. Can we mention that again?
Absolutely. It is our centenary, 100
right.
years.
Okay. What are the proud moments that you've got to show
heavens,
off here?
where do we start? One of the things that we've got on exhibition today is a photograph of Queen Mary accepting, bizarrely, a pair of gloves which were made by members. It has to be said, if anyone comes and sees the photo, she looks faintly bemused by this. And it was in 1924.
Oh, fab hats.
Oh, absolutely amazing, aren't they?
Yeah.
And some of them, frankly, look like pudding bowls. But they're all very smiley, which is unusual because some of the photos that we've got, they're very unsmiley. The one underneath it, which was to commemorate the visit of our national chairman in 1934. They're very unsmiley, it has to be said. And we think it was taken...
Actually miserable.
Yeah, well, I wasn't going to say that, but you're quite right, Bob. They do look miserable. It was obviously a very serious affair.
But that was out the back here, this picture.
No, it wasn't. We
right.
think at the time we were in 3 Alford Place.
Ah.
We had various homes, and we think that was taken at the back. It frankly looks like they've taken it outside a privy, doesn't it? Not to put too fine a point on it. So,
have you got a signed picture of the Queen
yes,
over there
we
from...
have, because...
that would be the 1940s, surely.
1943, that one, yes.
Yes, 1943, because she is a member at Sandringham, obviously, as everybody knows. And we've got several photographs, including upstairs, actually. We have a letter from her, because when she married, they presented her with an embroidered fire screen. And so she wrote them a letter, and we obviously framed it to say thank you very much for this very useful fire screen.
You've got a uniform. I didn't know there was a uniform.
Well, there was in the 30s. And there are people they're called advisors now, but in those days they were called voluntary county organisers. They were formidable and scary, and they had a uniform, and this was it. And they went around the county advising people and setting up WIs.
Even without somebody in it, that is a uniform I would not argue with.
No, you wouldn't, and you didn't argue with VCOs either, at all, ever. Yeah, they were a formidable bunch and went around, as I say, telling people what they should and shouldn't be doing.
Now, we're here in Evelyn Suffield House.
Yes.
Why Evelyn Suffield House?
She was our first president, as they called them in those days, but chairman, our federation chairman, as they're called now. And she really drove setting up WIs in Norfolk. She and the first secretary, federation secretary, Mary Burgess, were an extraordinary pair who went around the county setting up WIs left, right and centre. And so it was named, when the WI bought the house in 1952, they named it after her because of all the extraordinary work that she had done.
The odd thing is you've been here 60-odd years, but it still feels like a house, not an office.
Yes, I think that's deliberate, really. It's very much used by members. They love it. It's something very precious to us. You can imagine the upkeep's not exactly easy, because we're listed as well. But given that the WI bought it in 1952, at that time they were still rationing, and they paid £4,000 for the house, which then must have been a king's ransom. So they're very proud of it, and we're proud of that heritage and what our foremothers did. So it is...
Oh, I like foremothers. Yeah, excellent.
So yes, so we try to keep it like a house. It's very busy. Members come and go. We have a members' room, all our meetings. Well, the room we're standing in now for the exhibition is where all our committee meetings happen, because we've got various subcommittees that run all the events that are put on through the year.
So if people want to come and have a neb round, when are you open today?
We're open from 10:30 until 3:30. We've also got lovely WI homemade cake and scones, which are being cooked.
I was going to say, I don't see any cake at all yet.
No, well, it's hidden yet.
Oh, you knew I was coming.
Yeah,
you heard it, yeah.
Didn't like to say. So, yes, we're open until 3:30, and we're doing tours of the house. So we take people up and down and show them around. We've got a history of the house and so on for people to come and have a look at.
And you've done this before, or is this the first one?
No, we have done it before. We didn't do it last year, but we particularly decided to do it this year because it's our centenary.
Are we mentioning your centenary?
Yeah, did I not mention the centenary?
It's your centenary,
It's our centenary. So we thought that we would open it up and particularly put on an exhibition. So we frankly have no idea how many people are going to come, but we hope lots. So if anyone is listening and thinks, oh, I've got nothing much to do today, do come along, because you'll certainly get a very warm welcome and see a really interesting exhibition.